We're all here tonight because we all love and care for the salmon that we all get to enjoy in our region. And you know, in order to protect and sustain the salmon resource and the environment that they live in, we have to show our support.
Their journeys begin in remote mountain streams and urban rivers, continue in estuaries all along our coast. There, young salmon prepare for the transition to open ocean, where they'll grow stronger in anticipation of their journey home to spawn. And while their life cycle may be complete, their contributions to the ecosystem are just beginning, as they become food for more than 130 different species of plants and animals. And all along the way, Pacific salmon touch the lives of people, too.
Well, I really started salmon fishing with my dad when I was probably about 7 years old, down at Point Roberts in a 12-foot aluminum boat. And I didn't really understand what they were, but my dad was passionate about it. And you know, he fished with some very simple gear with a slip weight and a flasher and a hoochie. And it was at a time when there was an abundance of salmon, and I remember sitting in the boat and watching. As I've grown older and experienced the salmon more, you start off realizing it's not just about what the salmon mean to you, but what they mean to all the creatures that live off of them. And if people aren't championing the rights of the salmon, who is? You know, someone needs to do it. They unfortunately can't vote, and they don't have bank accounts. Someone's got to speak up for them. If you're going to enjoy the resource, you got to put some investment into the resource.
Pacific salmon are a resilient species, but we can't take their health and abundance for granted. Climate change, habitat loss, urban encroachment, and resource developments are real challenges for this iconic species. The Pacific Salmon Foundation has a singular focus: working to ensure Pacific salmon for the future. Along with our partners, we're evolving to better understand and respond to the many challenges that salmon face.
The Citizen Science Project is really using people in their local communities. They're very knowledgeable of those areas, and we're tapping into that expertise in two ways. And one, they know the waters and they have a vessel.
It's very difficult to explain the feeling inside that you get by being out of the water and doing something like this, that in the long run, I think will help people make decisions in connection with what ought to be or what can be done in connection with our environment.
We're using citizen science vessels in 10 locations throughout the Strait of Georgia. And the advantage of that is they're distributed throughout the entire strait. And this is a level of resolution over time and space that's never been acquired in the past.
Well, I think it's great that Pacific Salmon Foundation has initiated this.
I think all this is just going to help us for the future fishery in this area.
That's what the whole Salish project is about, is recovering Chinook and coho so we can get back to sustainable recreational fishing we had in the past, right? Yeah.
When the Salmon Foundation endorses a project and funds it like ours, that gives us tremendous leverage to go into the community and say, look, the science has been done by Salmon Foundation, by fisheries technicians, by community advisors. The project's been endorsed that it's valuable and it will give a return. So Salmon Foundation has always played that role for many, many years.
Thanks to charitable donations and fundraising events, the Pacific Salmon Foundation supports community-based conservation, enhancement, habitat restoration, and research. We're all here tonight because we care about our natural environment and our Pacific salmon. We're all part of the salmon community, so please give generously tonight to help the Pacific Salmon Foundation continue its important work. Together, we can ensure Pacific salmon for generations to come.
So we just left the river, and I thought I'd bring my pal Corey up here to see where the rivers begin up here on a glacier. Just behind us is the Pitt River. A lot of people don't think about it, but this is where all the rivers begin. And part of our environmental protection, we got to keep things like this intact as best we can. Beautiful day up here on the glacier. Hey, Corey?
Freaking awesome.
Like just looking around the top. Watch out for the crevasse.